Good evening, Postal family. What's going on? My name is Saeed. How's everybody doing this Saturday evening? What's going on is just got some topics I gotta discuss today. I'm just looking at our USPS, if it stays government, what it is today, or if God forbid it was to privatize. What are we looking at? What changes we looking at? So just trying to get into that topic. But first, if you're new to the channel, my name is Saeed. Postal content is what I do. Love to do. Thanks so much, everybody, for all the support. I can't thank you guys enough. Everything you do for me. Keep giving the channel and the video the thumbs up. Really helps out everything. And, I can't say that enough. I appreciate you guys. Everything you write to me in the comments. You know how much I love the comments. So that's thanks so much for everything. And that last video about Mr. Renfro, that audio that I shared, that was very interesting. Very interesting. It went to the extremes, the whatever he got into that mood. Couldn't answer the questions, and he was asked as carriers asked him that if he would resign. He clearly says no, he's not gonna resign. Obviously, where else can you make six figures? As the nalc president, and he's making easy money. But so the others were saying they're gonna have him removed. All the Article 10 charges or whatnot. Hopefully, we can do that. But for right now, he is the president. So, anyways, today's topic, I'm getting into USPS, what it is right now, postal service, or if like I said, God forbid, it was to privatize, what are we looking at? So, let's get into that article. The USPS currently operates as an independent agency within the executive branch of federal government. This unique position blends aspects of both a government entity and a business. Understanding the implications of USPS operating solely as a private entity requires considering various factors. USPS as a government entity, current model. Universal service obligation. The USPS is legally obligated to provide mail service to every address in the US, regardless of location and profitability. This ensures that even remote and rural areas receive mail at affordable rates. Affordability. Due to its public service mission, the USPS strives to keep postage rates affordable for all citizens and businesses. Extensive infrastructure. The USPS maintains a vast network of post offices, processing centers, and delivery routes reaching every corner of the nation. This infrastructure has been built over decades with public investment. Public trust. As a government entity, the USPS benefits from a degree of public trust and is seen as a reliable institution for important communications and services, e.g., election mail, official government documents. Exceptions and privileges. The USPS has certain exemptions from state and local taxes and fees. And it possesses a monopoly of first class and mailbox access, which helps support its universal service mission. Oversight. The USPS is subject to oversight by the Postal Regulatory Commission and Congress, ensuring accountability and public interest considerations. Financial challenges. The USPS has faced financial challenges in recent years due to declining mail volume. Sadly enough, that's a big fact. Our mail volume is declining, guys. That's hasn't been the same from the other old timers that tell me how many trays they used to get back in the day. This one guy keeps telling me they had to case all the DPS. Back in the day, there was no DPS that was organized, all the flats and cases. They had to case, and it took them hours and hours, but then when they went out, he told me the hours, different, how long it took. So imagine having to case 3 or 4, maybe more trays a day, and then going out on your route. The flats we get right now, they say is nothing compared to what it used to be. So, I mean, big changes have come. The mail volume has dropped. This is the industry we're in. We have to be aware of this situation. So, everything we get is a blessing right now. A lot of people just share different comments that they talk about mail volume is dying. You guys not gonna have a job. It gets you to think. So we gotta have a backup plan in your life. So if the mail volume, God forbid, drops even further, how this postal service gonna survive? Brings up the question. I'm sure all of us think about it. The volume's been dropping. Everybody's turning online. So, it's just a situation we're in. In recent years, due to declining mail volume, increased operating costs, including retiree benefits and legislative restrictions on pricing flexibility. It generally does not receive direct taxpayer funding for operations, but relies on revenue from its services. And bailouts. Let me add bailouts in there. The revenue it generates, nobody really shares. We see those, those messages that come on the scanners, whatever, 41 billion in revenue in the first quarter of this new year. So we don't know what the truth is, and what they put out to social media, that we're in the $9 billion loss, and they can pay these supervisor manager salaries that are high, so, and plus their bonus checks. So we don't know how much of the actual profit they're sharing to the media. They don't want to let them know, but we carriers see those messages, the 41 billion in profit. So now we're looking at USPS as a private entity. Profit motive. A private USPS would primarily focus on maximizing profits for its shareholders. The fundamental shift in priorities would likely lead to significant changes in service and pricing. Pricing flexibility. A private entity would have a greater freedom to set prices based on market demand and the cost of service. This could lead to higher postage rates, especially for services to less densely populated or remote areas where delivery is more expensive. Service rationalization. To improve profitability, a private USPS might reduce services to less profitable areas, potentially closing post offices in rural communities or increasing delivery fees significantly. It might also discontinue services that are not financially viable. So a lot of those rural places in the U.S. Service will be terminated. It wouldn't last that long as a private entity. The rates would be higher, and God knows what they will do to us carriers, our wage and everything. Focus on a private company. Let's see. Focus on profitable markets. A private company would likely concentrate on the most lucrative aspects of the delivery business, such as package delivery in urban, suburban areas, potentially neglecting less profitable but essential services like universal letter delivery. Efficiency and innovation. Privatization. Proponents argue that a private USPS could be more efficient and innovative due to market competition and the need to attract and retain customers. It would have a greater flexibility in adopting new technologies and streamlining operations. Labor costs. A private entity might seek to reduce labor costs. You see, not necessarily. A lot of people say, look at UPS, how much their drivers make. That wouldn't be the case here. They will reduce our pay drastically. Investment. Access to private capital markets could provide funds for infrastructure upgrades and technological advancements without burdening taxpayers. However, these investments would need to generate a return for investors. Loss of universal service. The core principle of universal service at affordable rates would be at risk, potentially creating disparities in access to mail services based on geographic location and economic status. Private carriers are not obligated to serve all areas and typically focus on profitable routes. So basically, I can see it now, all the routes that are not profitable, they would cut down, and I don't know how they would put those into probably make them auxiliary routes. I don't know how that will work. Impact on e-commerce. While private carriers like FedEx and UPS exist, the USPS plays a significant role in a last-mile delivery for e-commerce companies like Amazon due to its universal reach. Privatization could alter these relationships and potentially increase costs for online retailers and consumers. In conclusion, the debate over USPS privatization involves balancing the goals of financial sustainability and provision of fundamental public service. While a private USPS might operate more efficiently and be more responsive to market demands in profitable areas, it could come at the cost of universal service obligation, affordability, and accessibility for all Americans, particularly those in rural and underserved communities. The current model attempts to blend these aspects but faces ongoing financial and operational challenges. Transforming the USPS into a purely private entity would likely lead to significant reshaping of the nation's mail and delivery landscape. So, just a topic I wanted to discuss in this video. The USPS as it is right now, government entity versus what Trump is trying to make it a private. So what kind of differences it would have and whatnot. So just wanted to bring that up. I hope everybody's doing good on this Saturday. And anything from rent for anything new, I'm gonna share that on there. So hope everybody's doing good. That's it for this video. Wanted to bring this topic up. I'm just going over the comments. Lots of interesting stuff I get to read. Lots of good, interesting stuff you guys share, and different people with different mindsets have their wonderful say on there, whether or not it's good or bad. Or I like to really appreciate the guys that are commenting. They appreciate my channel. Thank you so much from the heart. Thanks so much for all the positive comments. Keep them coming, and on to the next one. I like to do a live feed in the evening time here shortly, so please tune in to that. It's gonna be usually my live feeds are in the daytime when everybody does the time I get on the day offs during the day, but I'm gonna fit in some time for the evening time so I can get y'all's questions, input on there. So anyways, that's it for this video. Hope everybody's doing good, and we'll catch you on the next take. Saeed out.